And we are live. Boa noite a todos. Good evening. My name is Fred Gouveia from New York Casas, right here from Manhattan, with a very special guest today, Aaron Goed from Corcoran Sunshine Marketing Group, 53 West 53. Hello, Aaron. How are you?
Hello, Federico. It's good to see you always.
Likewise, boa noite to Aaron. I'm going to read Aaron's bio. Para aqueles que só falam português, nós estamos aqui com o diretor de vendas, Aaron Goed, do projeto 53 West 53, dos de maior sucesso de venda de Manhattan. And here's Aaron's professional bio. He's had 17 years of experience in New York City real estate and nearly $1 billion in sales. And his extensive knowledge and persistent but collaborative negotiating style have served buyers and sellers well through all market conditions. Since joining Corcoran Sunshine in 2006, Aaron has been involved with the planning and marketing of many of Manhattan and Brooklyn's most beloved new developments, including ultra-luxury Midtown skyscrapers and boutique loft conversions downtown. So we're talking with an expert, an authority on the market here. And we were just talking before we went on the air about what are we seeing right now in New York City, since most of the people watching are abroad and many can't enter the United States. So why don't we talk a little bit about that, Aaron? How are you seeing New York in the last few months during the summer?
Well, I am in the building right now in the middle of Midtown Manhattan. I'm enjoying the shorter lines when I step out for lunch, I must say that.
Nice.
There are certainly fewer people than normal out on the street, but life is certainly going on here in New York. And I know, I guess I don't know exactly what people are seeing internationally on TV, but it's actually quite pleasant being here in Manhattan. Everyone is wearing a mask, being respectful and almost like waving to each other as we pass. It's very convivial, and I think we're poised for a rebound as soon as that is physically possible.
I have a feeling too, Aaron, and something really pleasant about this particular summer was that restaurants took over the streets. Mm-hmm. So the outdoor dining experience is really beautiful, and everywhere is packed. And I think it's a great sign that despite a lot of people being away, there's still a lot of people in the city consuming out and about. So it's nice to see that, right?
I had to wait online at the Apple Store to get these headphones today. So people are doing business. New York is open for business. There are, as horrible a situation as the world is faced with right now, there are silver linings.
I hear you.
Opportunities to buy in New York real estate being one of them, and outdoor dining being another. There are good sides of this.
Some positives, right?
Well.
So I will switch briefly to português para os nossos amigos que estão nos acompanhando no exterior. Nós trabalhamos na New York Casas, que é uma imobiliária boutique que especializa em atender os clientes estrangeiros. Eu vou colocar aqui na tela um slide que mostra o nosso atendimento, que nós, como corretores e experts do mercado imobiliário de Nova York e também de Miami, nós não só abrimos a porta e mostramos os imóveis, nós atendemos o cliente desde o início, fazendo uma entrevista com ele, muitas vezes por Zoom hoje em dia, passando por todo o processo de informação e educação das necessidades do cliente, dos bairros, dos preços, do processo de compra, a transferência dos recursos para os Estados Unidos, a abertura de conta, lidar com advogados que falam português, com fontes de financiamento também que falam português e entendem as questões tributárias de ambos os países. Fazemos o tour local, quando nós pudermos fazer tour local, voltaremos a fazer, a própria negociação dos imóveis, o fechamento e o pós-venda, que é uma coisa muito importante que as pessoas às vezes não se dão conta, que é, após a unidade ter sido vendida, toda a assessoria de gestão de propriedade, de acompanhamento de contas no correio, de abrir o apartamento se ele estiver vazio, regar as plantas, todo esse tipo de apoio à propriedade do cliente que mora fora, nós também executamos para muitos clientes e é de grande valia isso, já que o cliente muitas vezes vem para Nova York 1, 2 vezes por ano e o resto do tempo o apartamento ou está vazio ou está com um inquilino. So this is basically what we do in addition to selling and representing real buyers and sellers and renters in New York City real estate, we provide all of these extra services that are very much needed for the foreign buyer or for an investor who has property in the city and needs somebody to be there managing all the aspects of the property while they're away. So having said that, I want to formally introduce everyone that's watching to one of my favorite projects in New York City, designed by Jean Nouvel, the prized architect from Paris. It sits right on top of MoMA in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. And we have a very brief video that for those of you that have never heard about this project, it's a great introduction. We invite you to ask questions, make your comments in Portuguese, en Español, or in English. And if we can't answer on the air, we will answer them afterwards. And if you are interested in any particular apartment that Aaron shows, and you want to have more of a private conversation, we will make ourselves available off the air and schedule a private Zoom call with Aaron so we can give you a more in-depth tour about the apartment that you are interested in, okay? So without further ado, let us go to this amazing video, and I will stop putting this banner down. Here we go. Get ready to be wowed, everybody. Very nice, right?
Thank you, Federico. Yes, thank you for showing that.
So why don't we go straight to the presentation, and I'll put it on the screen here, Aaron, and you can lead us on it, and I'll stop you if you have any questions.
Sure thing. I'll just let me launch my slideshow. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to 53 West 53, the tower above MoMA. The project is developed by Hines, Pontiac Land Group, and Goldman Sachs, all very experienced developers, which is important when buying, perhaps more important when you're buying off-plan and pre-development phase, but now we have a beautiful building that you can actually come and visit to see the actual quality that's being provided, but certainly sterling reputations of each of the developers involved. We are located here, right, as Federico said, in the center of Midtown Manhattan, just a few short blocks from Central Park, and just off Fifth Avenue. So all of your shopping, Bergdorf's just blocks away, just to the east here. And of course, the theater district just to the west. Some of the local landmarks, Radio City Music Hall, just 2 blocks to the south. And Here we go. This is Jean Nouvel, a Pritzker Prize-winning architect. He designed the tower, 53 West 53rd, and its remarkable diagrid, which is very noticeable from any distance. Here you can see some of his past projects, 40 Mercer here in Manhattan, but also the Louvre in Abu Dhabi and the Arab Institute in Paris, France. A unique theme, or I'm sorry, not really a unique theme, a running theme through all of Jean Nouvel's buildings has a lot to do with how he frames the light at the windows, that frames the view looking out, frames the light coming in. And you can see here in this image of the building, the diagrid that wraps up and down the building, which really gives a unique sense of place when you're inside the building, that you know you're in this building. And this is just a quote from an architecture critic of the New York Times who said 53 West 53 is the most architecturally significant addition to the Manhattan skyline in recent years. I'm no architecture critic, but I would go even further. I really do think that the building is the most beautiful addition to the skyline, perhaps since the Chrysler building. I don't know. It's so unique. And as we were discussing before, I live in Brooklyn. I can see the building from the end of my street at the waterfront, and it's just, I think, the most gorgeous of any of the new towers in the city.
And something, sorry to interrupt, Aaron, that I forgot to mention that's very relevant, I think, is that according to City Realty's report, the 53 West 53 was the new development in Manhattan with the most aggregate sales, $175 million since last year, and more than 33 closings so far. And this is a statistic that's a few months old, so I would assume it's even more since then. So it is selling and is doing well, even in this uncertain market that we are in. So it's important to mention that.
Yeah, feel free to put that slide up at the end if you'd like. Yeah. But yeah, we had another closing on Friday. People have begun moving in. The building is really starting to come to life now, and yeah, we're all very excited about it. I'll go into further detail about the exact status of certain amenity spaces and things, but really everything is taking shape. Back here, you can see that we are, of course, a 1,050-foot tall tower overlooking Central Park, the Hudson River, and all of downtown, especially from those higher floors up in the tower. The tower itself, you can see this kind of iconic 3 layers to the tower that are each tinted with a different color. So you have a gold section here, a platinum section here, and then black in the middle. And of course, as we mentioned, we are the tower above MoMA. So of course, we have a very special relationship with the museum itself. Residents of the building, owners in the building, get a special lifetime benefactor membership to MoMA, which allows them to bring up to 10 guests at any time. Late night showings, docent tours are complimentary. You could do group tours if you were hosting a meeting, but it's very much a part of the life and the story of the building is our connection with MoMA. Here you see a picture of the beautiful sculpture garden with the modern restaurant in the background. Residents are even able to host private gatherings in the sculpture garden, which is really an amazing benefit. Nothing more New York than hosting your private event in the sculpture garden of the MoMA.
For those lovers of fine arts, this is unique. You can only get it here.
And a large part of the reason for that relationship is you can see here, this is our building. This was the existing MoMA, and MoMA has now, since they reopened last year, expanded into our new building with 45,000 square feet of additional gallery space on 3 floors just above our lobby. So this at the bottom is our lobby. Above that is our fitness center, our pool right above all of the billions of dollars worth of art. So that's why we're doing pressure testing on that pool right now. Where we actually put any water in it. And here another view of that. So these 3 floors are gallery space. This is our fitness center, and right behind those windows would be the pool.
Beautiful.
Here at the street level, this of course is 53rd Street, but we are a through block building. So you have entrances on 53rd as well as on 54th. But here we're looking at 53rd Street. This of course is our lobby entrance, the moment to the right. Just to the left of the entrance, we will have a 3-level restaurant open to the public, but providing room service to all of the residents in the building as well. So
this is wonderful. Room service. Perfect.
Room service from this restaurant, which I can't say, at least on this call, maybe offline. The chef involved in opening the restaurant. It is a surprise, but I will say that he's already Michelin starred at his other restaurant just a few blocks away. So,
do I suspect that he might be French as well, like Jean Nouvel, or no?
We have a lot of Frenchmen in the building. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Here's some initial renderings of that restaurant. These are not necessarily the final aesthetic, but showing that it is a multi-level restaurant. We'll have private dining rooms that could be reserved, by residents for their own private parties. Of course, we have our own private dining rooms in the building, which might be even better suited. But again, restaurant in the building, in residence dining. Beautiful. So we discussed Jean Nouvel. Sorry if you had a question, but
no, go for it.
Okay, we discussed Jean Nouvel. Again, Pritzker Prize winning architect, designed the building itself. Thierry Despont is another famous French architect, most known for his interiors, and he did design, indeed, the interiors here at 53 West 53rd. He is known for really beautiful classic interior spaces, so including the Ritz in Paris, the Carlyle Hotel here in New York, and 45 Park Lane in London. And then on the residential end, not that I want to mention too many of our potential competitors, we're all friends, but he did the interiors at 220 Central Park South, and also at the Woolworth Tower. So, a nice comp set to be
only the best.
Only the best. Yeah. Exactly. Here, just a quick overview of our ground floor. Just shows the relationship between the restaurant here, our entrance, our really massive lobby, which we'll see in just a moment, and the fact that we have another entrance on 54th Street. So again, we have, sorry about that. I'll mute that. That won't happen again. That was my mom.
Hi, Mom.
So we have entrances on 53rd and 54th, each with a doorman 24 hours a day, and also valet parking available at each of those entrances. And then you'll see in just a moment the library, the theater, all of these spaces that are right off of our lobby. Again, a close-up of the entrance. And as we move into the building, you really get now a sense of the kind of grandness of the space and the dichotomy, in a way, of the design of the two architects. Here we're seeing, the very ultra-modern, kind of almost like steel beams and columns. You'll see inside the metal-clad section of the diagrid. But then we're starting to see warmer tones with the Saint Laurent marble, bronze around all of the doorways. There are now backlit onyx panels that have been installed here on the sides. I don't know if you can see my mouse moving.
Yeah, and it's one of the most dramatic and large and striking lobbies I've seen in New York City new development in a residential building. So it's truly grand. Really. Yeah,
I agree. I think it is the most generous lobby that I've seen in any residential building in Midtown. So here, the 53rd Street to the right, 54th Street to the left. And again, we're really starting to see that beautiful Jean Nouvel design with the cherused oak paneling on the walls, the inlay of beautiful Saint Laurent marble, the backlit alabaster lighting in the ceiling. It's really just gorgeous design.
Yeah.
Carrying through this is our lobby library. So could be, just sort of a waiting room for guests as they're arriving, or
an alternative place to do your Zoom calls.
Yes, and I've done quite a few in this room. I take a lot of calls here. It does have a door a almost soundproof door that closes, which is very helpful. The gas has just been turned on, so we now have a working gas fireplace here. But it's a really beautiful library setting, of course, designed by Thierry Despont as well, leather paneling on the walls. But yeah, just a nice spot for a moment's rest. And here, this is our very unique elevator lobby. Thierry Despont has said that this is his favorite part of the building, with this arched ceiling, all in gold leaf. We have 4 residential elevators here, all high.
And that's something so unique, Aaron. I must say, for 145 units, 82 floors, 4 elevators is quite more than the average. And I think it's so important because there are some projects in the city where they underused. They put less elevators than really what they should have done. And so nobody deserves to wait when they're paying this kind of money for an apartment.
I agree, and I'm sure that the buyers would agree. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's right, and I do believe that we have more elevators than any of our billionaires row competitors, perhaps. In fact, we actually have 6 elevators. So we have 4 passenger cars, which you're seeing here, and then we also have 2 service elevators. So. Sometimes they put the service car above the passenger car, which would mean that the passenger car does not work when someone is using the service elevator. That's not the case. We have a separate stack with 2 service elevators as well.
Awesome.
Just down this hall, this is where our concierge desk and our theater will be. So just touching on concierge for a second, I mentioned the 2 doormen. Actually, this next slide is helpful for this. We have roughly 50 people on staff catering to residents' needs here in the building, which doesn't quite include everyone that's working at Live Unlimited, which is providing the staffing for our 12th floor wellness center. I'm sorry, at the Right Fit, which is providing all the service on that 12th floor. Or Live Unlimited, which is providing the very ultra high-end concierge service. So there are people, like I said, catering to really your every need, including if you need pet walking, if you need pantry stocking, if you need technical support, setting up your IT to work from home within the building. All of that.
Hotel. Yep.
We are absolutely providing 5-star hotel service without the transient nature of having an actual hotel in the building.
Right.
And you can see here, all of our amenities are above grade. So we went over that first floor. The 12th floor, which we'll see in a moment, is our pool and our wellness center. But then even our storage units are above grade. Our wine cellars are above grade. So we have cellars that are actually on the 14th floor in this building. And then we also have, of course, the double height lounge with private dining room and Central Park views. So this is really a gorgeous space. It's the first floor in the building.
Do we have renderings of that? Because I don't remember seeing that. Okay, awesome.
We'll get to that, and I think I'll get there.
Maybe we let's skip through the floor plans. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So here's obviously our pool, but a really beautiful and kind of dramatic and sexy spa-like space on this floor. Double height ceilings, it's windowed, you're facing south. So during the day, this is shot at night, obviously, but during the day, you're getting great sunlight in the pool, reflected in the mirrors on the ceiling, which is, I'm told, a bit of a Jean Nouvel staple.
Nice.
Here you can also see the gorgeous vertical gardens. These were designed by Patrick Blanc, who actually invented the process of vertical gardening. Jean Nouvel has used his work on many of his buildings. I believe now in Brazil, in Sao Paulo.
Quite possibly, yep.
Yeah. The name has just escaped me, but I know there's a very historic district now has like a 20-story hotel. That Jean Nouvel is designing right in the center of Sao Paulo, which I'm told is quite gorgeous. And that also has some vertical gardening on it, which I believe was also designed by Patrick Blanc. Back to the pool. Here on the left, you see we all have
Cidade Matarazzo.
That's correct.
It's in a very traditional, historic part of São Paulo, and it's actually a city that they're building. It's not big like a city, but it's a massive project, and it's Vol French architecture inspired. It's quite stunningly beautiful. I actually have seen not in the project, but I've seen where it's located, and a lot of people are looking forward to being it ready.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful project, and yes, as I understand it, it's a whole master plan with a park and shopping and a lot more to it than just the tower. But of course, it's nice that Jean Nouvel is now becoming so known in Brazil. So back to 53. Just to the left of the pool here, you see we have a hot tub and a cold plunge, and just off screen would be the treatment rooms for massage. Or facials or whatever else you might need. Here on the north side of the space, we're seeing the actual fitness center. Of course, all of your Pelotons and equipment. I was telling you earlier, these were just delivered on
today,
Friday.
right?
Yeah, I think they were delivered on Friday, but they're being set up as we speak.
Nice.
So the space is really coming together. On the left here, this is a high impact fitness room, which will have additional cardio equipment, those giant ropes, the heavy bag. And then behind this black, almost mirrored wall here, this would be the yoga studio, which is of course all wood inside. Behind this vantage point, I don't think I have a rendering, but we also have a squash court on the floor. We also have a massive golf simulator, which I'm told is the absolute pinnacle, state-of-the-art golf simulator. And the whole floor is operated by the Right Fit, which is Jay Wright is this kind of fitness guru that creates these private club-like atmospheres within residential buildings. Against only the finest buildings in the city. I won't mention names, but Jay Wright has set up their fitness centers as well. Again,
so
this is larger than any of our competitors.
I think it's important to note that for people that are watching, it's not just an empty amenity that's just going to be there. There's actually going to be active programming from experts in this market, like Jay Wright, who are going to make the residents feel like this is super alive and activated all the time. It's not just a space, right?
And customized. I mean, if you want, instruction, if you're training for a triathlon, you can have that instruction right in your home gym. If you want golf instruction, squash instruction, or boxing lessons, you can do all of that and schedule it right at the reception desk on this floor.
Beautiful.
There's the theater. This rendering doesn't do it justice. The space was just finished. It is gorgeous. It is, paneled, and the screen itself is paneled in like 18-inch thick walnut panels. The room is stunning. I wanted to sneak a picture earlier today, but everything was just put back under protection for an unveiling a little later this month.
Wine room, cellar.
And the wine, well, this is the tasting room. Through these doors, you would access your own personal wine cellar were you to purchase one. But this tasting room could also be used as a private dining room. Of course, you could take advantage of the sommelier services from the restaurant that we'll have on the ground floor to set up a tasting with friends or family in this space. Kind of, you can see this like amazing kind of Gothic architecture up above.
It's an iconic experience. I want to ask you, how much are the wine cellars going for?
They range in price, and it depends, of course, on bottle count, but they're roughly in the $100,000 neighborhood.
Got it. Sweet.
And this is what you were asking about. Yes. So up here on the 46th floor, you can see, this is sort of rendered at dusk, but you can see Central Park and, for miles beyond Central Park as well from this lounge on 46. It's a very dramatic double height space. Here, the amazing diagrid in all of its double height glory, but a beautiful lounge. So, we have apartments that range in price from roughly $3 million to $63 million.
Right.
Of course, our $3 million one bedrooms don't necessarily have Central Park views, but everyone in the building would be able to enjoy those views from this space.
Perfect.
And then there is also, I don't have it rendered, but just behind, again, this vantage point, there is a private dining room that's on a mezzanine level looking over this space and therefore also looking over Central Park. So we have really two private dining rooms within the building.
Beautiful. Now, would it? Oh, sorry. Go. Let's continue with the design.
No, please.
No, I wanted to. I know I forgot that we were going to look at the designs. I wanted to look at maybe a smaller 1 or 2 bedroom layout that you guys have already with the furniture, modeled. If you have
Yeah.
photos of.
Yeah, actually, the video that you shared earlier is of
Right.
38B, which I'll get to in just a second.
Perfect.
That one has been our most popular line. What we're looking at here, this is the entrance to 60A, which would be a half floor, 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath. These are in the high teens in terms of pricing.
Beautiful.
But this detailing that you see here as you enter, this is every apartment in the building. Would have the beautiful backlit onyx side panel, a 9-foot tall, 2.5-inch thick walnut door with all of this gorgeous custom hardware. So this is, if you turn your head sideways, you'll see that this is actually the silhouette of our building. So all of the door handles within the apartments and the entry to the apartment are all little 53 West 53rds. And then here, this is actually a beeline living room, but you can see overlooking the park. The very dramatic, gorgeous diagrid here on the left. And of course, just to explain, this is holding up the building. This is the structural girding that is the support system for the building. Jean Nouvel's kind of genius in moving that to the exterior is what allows the rooms within the apartments to be as large as they are. And I do think that the proportions of these rooms are larger than anything else really on the market. Because we don't have any interior sheer walls or columns that you find in other buildings.
Right.
And then, they're just so unique that, like I said before, it frames the view, it frames the light as it's coming in, and it really tells you that you're in this building and no other. While we're looking at this, just to explain, the heating and cooling comes from up in this crown molding, so it's completely hidden away. You can have heat in one room, air conditioning in another year round. We're bringing in filtered fresh air constantly, which a lot of people have been asking about. Indoor air quality and filtration is second to none in this building. And then if you do want to actually get fresh air from outside, these mullions, so these black panels between the windows actually open. The windows themselves are triple pane, so of course they weigh many thousands of pounds and can't be opened, but the panels in between here actually do open. They have a little railing inside, so it's almost like having a small Juliet balcony. They open about 4 inches, but you get plenty of fresh air if you'd like.
Nice.
Ceiling heights, by the way, would be about 10'9" here, so just under 11 feet.
Beautiful. Very, very large. Cool. Shall we get to a beeline? Just in the interest of time, I'm looking here.
Here we go.
Awesome.
53 West 53, residence 36B. So this is actually, 36B is our model. Right now we have on the market residence 38B, and we've been selling all around it. So 38B, I think, is one of the best remaining buildings, apartments, 2-bedroom apartments in the building. This is 36B. You can see the original price was 6.9. We have actually reduced the price to just under 6.5. It's over 2,000 square feet, 2,039 square feet, 2 bedrooms, and 2.5 baths. Open kitchen. All of the cabinetry is from Molteni, Italian cabinetry. It's all push to open, so you just touch the cabinet door and it opens. It's a motorized cabinet, all with integrated lighting inside. The appliance package is all from Miele, with the exception of the Sub-Zero refrigerator and the Sub-Zero wine cooler. Here, the living room. So it's an open kitchen, open to the living room, but ample room for dining and living. It's really a gorgeous space. This is obviously on a corner, so you're facing south and east. Views to the east are protected. That's actually MoMA down below.
Right.
This is interesting. The designer, Andre Fu, who designed this model for us, actually built this bench and integrated it into the diagrid. So that I thought was
smart.
Clever, right?
Yeah.
And something similar here in one of the bedrooms. And then in the master bathroom here, we're seeing the materiality. You have beautiful Verona limestone cladding the tub with lighting, integrated lighting underneath. Custom hand-carved sinks, all Dornbracht fittings, and then a Thierry Despont designed custom, we call it the lollipop medicine cabinet. And this is motorized, so if you have, for a couple and maybe 2 different heights, you can adjust the height of those medicine cabinets. And then I'm not sure how pressed for time we are, but I guess I'll just get in our price points here and our availability. We still have 1-bedroom residences starting at just over 3.4 million. In fact, we have one that's not currently on the market, but 3.185. If you're interested in that, you can feel free to inquire directly. 2 bedrooms from just under 6, 3 bedrooms from roughly 7. And then we have half-floor residences with Central Park views from 13 million, and full floor residences, which are 4 or even 5 bedroom apartments, full floors, so, 7,000 square feet roughly, from 46 million. And then of course we also have penthouse residences like this one, and these would be in the 60s.
Beautiful, look at that, wonderful. Well, I mean, I guess the other question, Aaron, would be thank you very much for this. The building is already finished. So for people that are interested in entering into contract, the closing can happen as soon as 30 days after contract, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah. Every apartment in the building has its certificate of occupancy from the Department of Buildings, which means that they are all ready. We've started closings in January, and we're now, like I said, the building is coming to life. The amenities spaces are either opened or about to open within the next 4 to 6 weeks, depending on which one we're talking about. And yeah, it's very exciting. People can, like you said, can close within 30 days.
Perfect. And also for those that are interested in financing, HSBC is also an option in the building. Para aqueles que estão interessados nesse projeto, eles já estão prontos, já estão entregues. Várias unidades já foram entregues, pessoas já estão morando. E o HSBC é um dos bancos que já está aprovando financiamentos no edifício. So it's just a matter of when the travel restrictions get lifted for some of our friends from overseas to come and visit in person. So until that happens, this is one way to reach them with content that is valuable. We do the curatorial sort of filtering of the inventory. That's the job of us buyers brokers. And so we invite the people that we know are representing some of the best projects and the best opportunities on the market. And as buyers right now, I do believe New York hasn't been this attractive for buyers since 2008, 2009, given the current movements of people going away from the city. And so this is actually a very interesting time for buyers to go in there and look at products. So we're here to help you. Estamos aqui dispostos a te ajudar em inglês, espanhol, português. And I wanted to thank you once again, Aaron, for your time, for everyone in your team, everyone at Corcoran Sunshine. And I wish that you guys can sell out the building as soon as possible.
Thank you, Frederica.
I hope that we bring some of our buyers there ourselves too.
And I just wanted to mention, if you ever have a buyer and want to join me live in the building, and we WhatsApp or FaceTime your buyer live, we can give them a walkthrough of the particular unit of interest, anytime. Let me know. Like I said, I'm in the building, so.
Perfeito. O Aaron acabou de convidar que se nós quiséssemos fazer um tour virtual por Zoom ou por FaceTime, eu iria lá com ele e ele nos leva para todas as áreas de lazer do apartamento com a pessoa interessada onde quer que ela esteja no mundo. Então, fica aí o convite para uma visita virtual para o 53 West 53. Aaron, very good to see you. Stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy the rest of your week, stay cool. And I hope to see you in person very soon.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for including me and 53 West 53rd.
Obrigado a todos por participarem. Até a próxima. Até logo. Obrigado.